more needs to be done, that we do not want parents, mothers, families out there to be stressed and worried about feeding their babies. That is why the president today had conversations with the CEOs of Walmart and Target, why he had conversations with Reckitt and Gerber about efforts to increase production, why we're taking steps to ensure that we are making WIC dollars available to a range of other supplies. So we're seeing increases over the last couple of weeks. More needs to be done. We're going to cut every element of red tape we can cut. We're going to work with manufacturers. We're going to import more to expedite this as quickly as possible.
So that is Jen Psaki facing tough questions about the difficulty in terms of the supply of baby formula, basically across the country, definitely in certain areas. People are having to drive for hours just to try to find some, and that is a significant problem. We're gonna describe how this has happened. Before that though, I do wanna let you know, if you're a particularly dumb guy out there, the answer, it turns out, and we consulted with the nation's best doctors, is not, well, they just start making milk. That's not, I thank you for trying to help with your limited capacity. Turns out, doesn't work exactly like that. Anyway, this is an issue because nearly 1 in 5 babies receive formula within their first 2 days of life. So instantly on formula. By 3 months, less than half are exclusively breastfeeding, meaning they also need some form of formula as a supplement. There are, of course, a lot of babies in the country, and this is the health and possibly lives of babies that are on the line. So this is a very significant issue. And apparently, the reason that we're currently experiencing a shortage is that there was a contamination problem at an Abbott, that's a company factory that produces Similac. Several other brands also had contamination problems. And so Abbott voluntarily shut down the factory in February amid complaints that the contaminated formula potentially led to 2 infant deaths. So very serious issue. I can understand why they thought that it needed to be shut down. And so it's still not up and running. And when you have a couple of companies or a couple of factories that are overwhelmingly responsible for a product being available, that can be a significant issue. And so they're trying to, get through that, bearing in mind that it's also combining with other, fairly long-standing supply chain issues. So there's a lot of issues here. It needs to be dealt with. This is why you have to have responsible governance. And so they are trying to project, Brett, that they're on this. But we'll see. People don't, at the end of the day, want Psaki answers. They want formula on shelves.
This happens a lot, cyclically, typically. So gas prices, baby formula, milk, eggs, butter. All of these things, when they get more expensive or more difficult to get, then everyone starts to hate you. And baby formula, and then not only that, but people try to seize on that opportunity to regain power. And so when the kids can't have formula, that is one of those we are no longer a developed nation thing. The same people who are going to seize on that opportunity are those who are keeping us from doing things other developed nations do to keep people healthy. But they're not going to tell you that. They're just going to seize on it with things like attacking you for not having formula and stickers next to the gas prices with Biden pointing saying, I did that.
Yeah, 100%. And so look, they're gonna try to take advantage of it, and they're free to. That's the way American politics works, as you're describing. They're not necessarily saying exactly what Trump would have done differently. Presumably, Trump might have forced them to keep the formula place open, despite the very real risk that more infants would die as a result of contaminated formula. And that is not pure speculation, as we're gonna get to later on in the show. That's what they did with a different industry during the pandemic. But for right now, it's a significant problem. Many mothers are saying that they're having to ration food for their babies as they search for more formula. Some are driving several hours, and even once they get there, there's none on those shelves either. There is price gouging going on, of course, people marketing cans for double or triple their normal price. And many large retailers are just completely sold out. So just trying to order online and have it shipped to you isn't actually an answer. And this is an issue for a lot of people, but as with basically everything else we talk about in the show, there is inequality to be considered. People living in poverty are most likely to report that they've supplemented with formula in the first 3 months of the baby's life. Black, Hispanic, Asian, and American Indian parents are all more likely to say that they used formula within 3 months than white parents. So it's going to hit everyone, but it's going to hit certain communities harder. And this is one of many issues that, Brett, I don't have a solution for. I mean, theoretically, there could be an invocation of the Defense Production Act or something like that. But anything like that is still going to take a little bit of time to get the factories back up and running and then to begin shipping nationwide. So it doesn't seem like this is going to be solved in a matter of days.
Right, to solve this problem will take an active government. And the source of the problem was a private company being contaminated because they didn't do their stuff right. And all of the things that are going to protect us from killing infants and all the things that are going to get us out of this are things that people on the left recommend usually. And the things that got us into it are things that people on the right recommend usually. Specifically the thing where like there should be some kind of regulation so that we don't kill like newborn babies. And the fear of some kind of fine or penalty is from the government is what keeps these companies from killing more and more people. And if you think, oh my God, the company doesn't want to kill kids because that'll hurt their bottom line. Sure, but if you look at what they advocate for, it's less and less life-saving regulation and more money-making freedom.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.